Hello and welcome. This is Ruth, and today I have got the mini index bureau box die set with 32 different dies in it to show you. And just as I'm doing this one, I want to refer you back to a previous video that I made with this die set, which is called the Indulgence Index Box Die and Stamp Set. So both of these have been released together on TV on the shopping channel, and now they are both available directly from Tonic's website. And I think, if I remember correctly, this one was possibly launched earlier or released earlier as a showcase from Tonic, and now this one has been added and it looks really, really beautiful. So I have a video for this one, and then this video will be solely about the mini index bureau box die set here. Phew, that gets all that out of the road. Oh, and don't forget too, if you haven't subscribed, to do that and hit the notification bell. And if you do enjoy the video at the end, give it a big thumbs up and leave me a little comment. And now we can carry on with the video. Okay, let's have a little look. So there are 32 dies in there and instructions inside, so you'll be able to see all of this. I have had a quick look. I have actually gone ahead and cut some pieces out already, and it does actually look very easy, so I hope that's the case. But anyhow, the dies inside this are absolutely beautiful and can be used for all sorts of things, but that is really stunning there. And then obviously that's it opened, and you can close it up and it will look like this. But isn't that die gorgeous there, the one that makes that? So those are the dies, and I have gone ahead and cut this one out already. It looks really, really beautiful. There's just a plain one for behind it, that's this, and then I've cut this out in ivory. And just look at that, and then you can paper piece all those pieces back in again. So that one definitely does not have to just be used for this little bureau. You could use that on the front of a card and it would be absolutely stunning. I know I'll definitely be using that, because you could use all sorts of backgrounds for that and use all sorts of different colours, and it's going to look really, really beautiful. Okay, so there are lots of different pieces here, and this then is the pocket part. This one is the lid. And all of these decorative panels can be used inside, and this is a little tag. This area here makes the front panel and the back panel, as far as I can see, the piece that opens up. And then this is the lid, and these are the little sections that are inside that you can pop things into. And then this is the little hinge. I've gone ahead with some ivory card and I've cut lots of pieces out, and I do intend to paper piece this, so I'm really looking forward to it. This is the shape then that you cut out for the front and the back panels, and I've got one here, and all you need to do is burnish all these little fold lines, and then you will glue the tabs together. But there are beautiful little shaped dies that cover all of these panels here, and you can see that if you lift the die set over and have a little look there, they're inside, and you'll be able to see exactly which ones fit on. So there's a narrower side. I've got one already made up here. There's a narrower edge opposite the broader edge, and don't forget to put those on there. And then these two are shaped as well. And then, just in case you wonder what the snorting is, I've got a friend here, and I'm going to set him down in a minute, but he's got very curious and he wants to snort. Anyway, this is the front and this is the back, so I'm going to go and stick this one together, and all I need to do is put a panel of green on there. I'm not actually going to put the full panel on. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? Look at the two colours together. That is so rich. I love that sea salt green with the ivory. It's really, really beautiful. Now, I've used 300 GSM ivory card for this, and then the sea salt is the Craft Perfect texture wave card. So that's classic, and that is 216 GSM. Now I'm going to glue all of these little panels on here, and then put this one onto ivory and put it on the top. The green piece is going to go on here, but while this is flat, I'm going to put it onto a piece of ivory, and then I'm going to paper piece some pieces back in again, all while that's flat. Placed that with the beautiful sea salt green into that, and then I added some champagne gold. I actually had pink and different colours left out to go in there, but I thought that was very, very elegant looking just with the gold in it. Then when I was cutting the green pieces, I thought this would be really nice to put on the back of it. I was actually going to add just a plain panel, but what I've done is I've used the two dies together. So this one with the pattern on it just cuts out the pattern, and that will leave it in your card. But whenever you put this one around it, then it cuts it out into a piece that you can lift off and glue on. So I'm going to keep that to the end, and I'll put that on the back panel, and that will be really lovely, but it'll differentiate between the front and the back. Although I don't suppose that really matters, but I thought it would be nice just to show you what the two different variations of that look like. Now I've gone on and cut out the lid. So this is the die that cuts the lid, and you'll need to cut that out twice, and I've cut that out twice in the ivory card again here. And I've burnished all these little score lines, and I've gone ahead then with the dies, and you'll see them right inside this one on your sheet that the dies are on, and I have cut those out and cut little panels here as well. So when I've cut two of these, then I've decorated them with two layers of these little shapes, and on this one you can see there that I've put the green on, and then I'm going to add this ivory one on top there, and then this tiny wee one I'm going to put right on there. And there are two different patterns that you can use for here, but I thought this looked lovely because it matches this around here, and I'm going to pop that one on there. So I only need to decorate the top of one of these, because when you turn them over, I'll glue all those pieces on first, but when you turn this over, you want to just have them going this way so that the tabs and these pieces are at opposite ends, and you can lay one over the top of the other, and then you'll get this shape. But you can then go ahead and just fold all those in and glue those down, and you'll have a lovely little lid. And I'm going to do exactly the same on this. Fold all these glue tabs in, glue them together, and then I will have the front panel finished. I don't know whether you noticed that I had actually made a mistake there, so I'm correcting it right now so that you can see before I go any further. I had this panel actually on upside down, and that meant that this was facing the wrong way, and I hadn't even noticed, but the little indent here, see just there, that's where the handle goes, so that needs to be at the top, and your flower needs to be pointing up this way. And actually that's probably why I usually leave adding these panels on until the very end, but there you are, that's the way it should be, and then I can carry on. Now I'm going to connect these two pieces together. So these are the little indents for the handles out at each side, and then this is the die for the hinge and the other pieces that go here. So I'm going to put one of these in the center, and that will hold both of those together. So I'll glue that here and here. That will go on there. And then I've got the little handles cut, and I just want to show you why you need the two little dies for this. So there are two, and one of them will cut out this shape here, and then the other one cuts out the little piece that goes up on top of it, and I've cut that out in silver. Now I want this, obviously I want the handle to be really nice from both sides, and it gives a lot of stability if you put the ivory card or the thicker card in the center, and then your other panels on top. So I've got one already on this side here, and then I'm going to go ahead and glue that one on there, and then I'll be able to fold that over, and that then will get attached right on here, and this one on here, and then I'll come back and show you what to do with those other little hinge pieces, because at the start, whenever you look in your instructions, it tells you to cut out 3 of these. Now you can take these other two pieces that are folded and glue along here. So you can see this little mark along here. That's the one that's got to be sitting up on the top, because that then will anchor the little pieces that go in the center of this. So glue this panel along here, it covers that little glue tab in there, and it gives you the extra part then where you can anchor the little dividers into, and exactly the same on here. That will get glued right in there. Whenever you've got the box at this stage and it opens and closes up and you've got the little lid to put on over here, these two pieces actually just pop up through there, and then that holds that nice and firmly closed, and it does look really, really pretty like that. But you can keep it at that stage and you don't even have to go ahead and cut the concertina pieces and put them inside, because there's so many different uses for that as it is. And I'll just pop this off again and then show you where we go from there. But that would make a really lovely little box as it is. Now there's a little die that cuts out all the little pieces that go inside for the concertina area, and there it is. And I've cut those out. I've actually cut out 12 of them, so 6 in ivory and 6 in the sea salt green, and I've burnished all those little score lines, and you can see that I have sort of accordion folded them there, so it's a mountain, fold, valley and mountain on there. That's from the front upwards, and then folded this one in, so they'll look like that from the back. And I've 6 of each, as I said, and then I've cut another one for the center and I've taken all the tabs off that, so that would be my 13th one. Now what I have done is I have joined them together, so there are 6 joined together here, and I'll just show you how I've done that. It's really just adding glue along this edge here and here and here, and then you glue that directly on top of the one in front and build that up. So I'm going to have 6 on each side, just like this. And then you can build that up so that you've got 6 of them, and you'll have 12 all together, like so. Whenever I've got the 6 on each side here, then I can take the one piece that I've cut all the tabs off and glue it directly on here, just the same way as I've done with all the others. It'll get glued onto these tabs here and here, and then on the other side it'll get joined onto these ones, and then that means it forms one complete unit. And now I can go back to this part where I've put the little hinges on here, and this little area where you can see the debossed line, I can glue this part directly onto that, and that shows you exactly where that's to go. So all you need to do is put glue on there, and when you've got this one glued, you can go ahead and do the same on the opposite side. Now I'm going to show you how to make this little piece that holds that accordion part open, and you just slip it out and pop it inside one of these whenever you're going to close this up again. So there are 3 dies here that you're going to use for that. This is the bigger one, and then we've got this one. So first of all, I need to cut 2 of the bigger ones, because this needs to be really, really strong, because it's actually, you know, it takes quite a little bit of force there to hold that in place. Well, not force isn't exactly the word, but it does need to be strong and sturdy, just enough to hold that open. So I've cut 2 of these ivory pieces from 300 GSM card, and then I've gone ahead with this one, and I have cut that out in the sea salt green and put that on top of that. But then if you cut the 2 of these together, you'll get a beautiful pattern shape, and I've done that in the champagne gold, and I'm going to put that on top of that. So really we've got 1, 2, 3, and then this one on the back, and that gives us 4 layers, and that makes that really nice and strong and sturdy. So when I glue that, then I can pop that in the other side here, and that will hold it all open. And then, as I say, you can have the two of them in there when it's opened, holds it out nice and like fanned out like that, and then you just lift them out and pop them inside whenever it's not in use. If you want to add little dividers or little cards, all sorts of things, you could actually put these with little photos on them, or even recipes or anything like that that you want to put inside this little box, for want of a better word. You can just cut out this shape here, and then it actually is a really lovely shape for a little mat, even on an ordinary card or a memory book or something. But if you cut that out and then cut this one out, this is actually the little tab for the top, and this can go along just anywhere you want it on there. So obviously if you're going to have the first one maybe here, on your next one you'll move that over a bit, and then you'll be able to have a full row of them, and you can divide them up like that. So I'm going to leave that one aside just until the glue dries there, and then pop this lid back on my little box, sorry. And I have made a lovely little tag for it. So you can see here there's a lovely long sort of circle with another circle on it, and I've cut that out in ivory card. I've also cut it out twice actually, because I backed it just so that it was nice and tidy looking on the other side as well. And then when I had done that, I put this in the center of it and debossed that into the silver, and it says memories there. And then I can just go ahead and attach that through here, and that's my lovely little box ready. So I wanted to try and figure out another couple of ideas for you, and the most obvious one would be a card. So I may or may not do that, but you know that this would be really, really beautiful in a card, in all different colours, or even with a different background on it, whatever. And then isn't the back of that's beautiful as well? So different layers of that, even with acetate behind, and you could colour the back with alcohol markers and make that look like stained glass as well. So now I wanted to show you that you could use those little tags and little pockets for memory books as well. So these pockets are just fantastic for memory books actually, because they suit any shape or size, and all you have to do is fold them the way we did before. So I've taken some, I've actually got two of them here because I wanted to show you how you could use them as sort of layered up if you had a long page on a memory book. So this one obviously will be going at the bottom, because this is the little piece that I have decorated this part with, and I have made a little pocket like that. But see, if you look in here and you see those little folds on my second one, then I can just slip that in there, see, like that, just into the little pocket, and then you can adjust where you want that, further up or further down or whatever, and you could put that in and then even stack those up like that, and they'll be attached like this, and then you just glue the sides onto your memory book and glue this one in place as well, obviously, and this one. And well, obviously you're going to measure those out or just guess where they're going to go, but you can have 2 or 3 of them depending on the length of your memory book. I'm actually going to put these onto the front of a card because I thought that would be quite nice as well. So I've picked out an A6 card in ivory. I love those colours together, and obviously it's matching this, and I always like my samples to sort of look good together anyway. So I'm going to glue those together first of all, put them on here, and I've used this in the champagne gold down at the bottom here, and then in the patterned paper to match this one here. And then there's loads of little circles that all come out, and if you're like me, you'll find that hard to throw those out. So I've kept those just for the time being. I will get rid of them, the ones I'm not using. But I put one there and it just looked like a lovely little button. And that's going to go on there. And then obviously you could write memories or whatever on there. So I have actually taken this little die again, and I have cut that out in silver, and I have debossed the live, laugh and love on it, and then folded the little top part over in half there. So what I'm going to do now is just remove this. I've got 3D foam pad on there, and I'm going to put that on the center there, and just get it centered properly, and then attach that right on there. And that would be lovely for putting some little memories and things in when you're giving someone a birthday card, or just a little card for just to remind them of something silly that they've done or something nice that they've done. But live, laugh and love just seemed appropriate for that kind of thing as well. And all you need to do is fold that over. It's better to fold that over than to cut it off, because it means that the top is nice and sort of finished off looking and not rough edges on it. So now I'm going to go ahead and just glue this one inside here, just wherever I feel it suits, roughly probably about there, and then attach that to the card front. Well, you knew I would do it. I had to make a card, and I honestly think that is absolutely beautiful. So I have gone for the colours that I used here, the actual paper from here. It's actually a Trimcraft pad called Floral Fusion. You might still be able to get your hands on that, but it's really beautiful, and it's lovely with that sea salt green and the ivory. So all I did this time was paper piece the main flower from the card back in that colour, and pop this up on some 3D foam pads, and then you'll see this lovely sort of pattern around the outside of the card. Well, that's just these pieces here. I've cut it out in ivory, and then I've cut the smaller piece out in the Floral Fusion paper and put it back in again. So now we've got our card, well, this is another card, but it was really just to show you how you could make a page for a memory book with little pockets in it. And then, of course, the real showstopper and what the die set was really all about, this one. And it's really, really gorgeous. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I feel like you could almost get a tune out of that. Anyway, it is absolutely beautiful. I love that set, and I will definitely be using that again. I actually think I will, when I get round to it. I'm hoping to maybe make some more memory book, sort of general kind of memory book videos and things, and show you how to adapt a lot of your dies to it, because each time I put them in sort of as an extra to something else, it does take a lot of time to do that, and but I do think you do appreciate it. So I would like to do that and maybe build up a little series. I hope I get time to do that sometime. Now, that's me for now. That's actually all I'm doing with this kit, but I do hope that you'll try that out for yourself, and maybe try some of these extras as well. Don't forget, when you do look through boxes of dies and things, lots of these little things that you think are only for, they only have one purpose, they actually have multiple purposes, and it's really only a matter of using your imagination, and you can stretch your die sets so much further. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, if you haven't subscribed, to do that and hit the notification bell. And if you have enjoyed it, really would love it if you'd give me a big thumbs up and leave me a little comment down below to let me know what you think. And I do hope you come back again and see me again soon. But in the meantime, my affiliate links, if you're wanting to buy that, my affiliate links to all of the stuff that I've used here will be down below in the description of the video. And it won't cost you anything extra, but I get a little commission from that. And I always appreciate your support in that direction as well. Until next time, happy crafting. Bye bye.